Hello ladies and gentlemen, as always, I'm your host AirsoftAL, and this is the start of a few, maybe a new series, I don't know, but it's definitely what I wanted to do. So, I do a lot of trading, and when I mean trading, I mean like parts, guns, and a few other things. Today's trade was actually kind of cool, and resulted in me getting a lot of things. I mean 4 things, and even one optic. That one optic is one I've been wanting for a long time and is actually kind of cool, and I will show it off after I talk about the ones I got in. But before I do anything, I'm just going to go ahead and say this now. I will talk about the issues that these do have, because these are pre-owned. So I will cover the issues that they do have, and we will talk about exactly what it is that I'm going to do to fix them, or in the future add on to them. I can already hear Tony just fervently typing in the comments section, or at least fervently blowing up my phone right now, telling me, or at least making a response video to I'm an idiot, basically, on not noticing more issues out of these things. So, let's start with the springers out of this before we get to the AEGs. So, the first one is one that, thankfully, we don't have to ask you guys to donate for. It is an AGM Spring SOCOM M14, not really a SOCOM in the traditional sense. It is basically a what would be a short-barreled an M14 with its barrel cut down with the original muzzle brake and bayonet lug and all that right on it. This is in all black. It is all original. This is still stock, essentially, from what I've been told, which means now I have an extra magazine. I got 3 of these now I can work with. I may turn this into like not a battle rifle in a sense, but a more urban combat rifle. So yeah, that might be what this is going to be turned into, a urban combat rifle. Because for those of you who don't know, or at least don't remember, TAC, or Tupelo Airsoft Club, had a CQB, a urban setting type arena. So it will be interesting to actually see how I can make this into a effective spring-powered urban combat rifle. The next one is from our buddy Austin, and this is actually from, well, not from Austin, my bad. This is from a guy named Seth in the group. This is one of the things I trade with a guy named Seth in the group. Seth, if you're watching, thank you very much for this. This is an awesome trade. It is one of the things I trade with him. This is a Mossberg 590 or 500 by Double Eagle. It is a magazine-fed, pump-action, single-barrel rifle. The magazine is definitely nothing to write home about. I'm going to see if maybe they make extended magazines, or at least higher capacity magazines for this type of thing. If so, then hallelujah, I'll get more of them. If not, then I'll just get more of these magazines. I'll see about maybe getting, if I can, get rails for the top here. And this is definitely one of the things I'm definitely going to get. I'm definitely going to be getting I'm definitely going to get some Picatinny, the NC Star Picatinny for the Mossberg, which will go here at the end of the barrel. So that way I can have the run cam at the end of the barrel there, or at least a selfie camera. Again, I want to see what I can do with this. I want to see how I can get this to work. And I will try and I'll try and get this thing set up so that way it will work for me. It does work. It does great. There will be a review on this in the future. I can assure you of that. But yeah, let's keep moving on from there, shall we? Now this one was from our buddy Austin, and he really wanted to get rid of this thing, or he really wanted to get something out of it, so we did trade for it. He wanted an M4, so I did give him an M4 for this one. And that brings the Kalashnikov count up to 4-ish, give or take. And this one's a weird one. This one is the Cybergun or SEMA fully licensed Kalashnikov. This thing is a weird hodgepodge. I'm going to tell you that right now. Besides the Waffle magazine in the folder here, this thing has a gas port here, the gas tube of a Type 1 or a Norinco. Barrel is ribbed in one part and not in the other. It, from what I saw, had the 47 Type 1, Type 2, I think, barrel end cap. But I opted, and this one does not have, by the way, this does not have the plunger right here to keep this in place. So that's definitely going to be something to look in the future. Another thing about it is the fire selector had basically 2 washers and a screw that held it in place. I have gone and replaced that with a proper fire selector with the proper screw and material, essentially. The dust cover is definitely going to get replaced with a AKM style dust cover, or 47 or 74 type dust cover, because the smooth 47 dust cover, I don't like it, and it does not stop the fire selector here from going all the way up. So I'm definitely going to be replacing that with a proper AKM style, because this thing confuses the hell out of me. I'm not gonna lie, but this is what I have it set up as, with the Magpul AFG here and the red dot I have up here. Again, it's not that bad. It's an AEG. It does work. It does take a stick battery. It's definitely something I'm definitely going to look into project-wise to definitely turn into something. Maybe a PMC style rifle, or I'll try and turn into the AK from Modern Warfare 2. I don't know yet. I don't know how I want to set this up. I know I want to set this up somehow. I may put the full stock body on it. I don't know yet. I'm going to play around, see what it feels like with just this folder here, and we'll see how it performs that way. If nothing else, I will swap it out to the tubular stock body. Again, I don't know. I don't know what I want to do with it. It's one of those things, you know? Moving on to the other AEG that really is the piece out of this, and definitely is going to need a lot of love. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've played Half-Life and you're a fan of H&K, you know about this one, and you love it just as much as I do. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the MP5 SD. This is the more modern-ish one. This is by Umarex USA. This is a pre-owned, and there is a lot to this that we're going to have to get into. So, oh boy. Okay, so one, the way to get to the battery is in the grip here. You literally have to remove one of these right here, but it's supposed to have 2, so that's another thing I'm going to have to get into. And you basically push this forward, you get to the battery through there. The mock suppressor is interesting because it's not fully attached, it's able to come off, and this is what it looks like. It has the barrel, the inner barrel does not go all the way out, and that is a big red flag-ish. This is sort of set up almost to where if it was a gas blowback, the gas would go up through these ports. It's interesting. It's interesting. That is definitely going to be something that I'm going to be looking into. I'm going to be trying to get a longer inner barrel to go through this all the way, so that way I have better accuracy. I'm going to definitely get a Type 4 inner barrel. The other thing that is a little bit of a issue with it being a competition is it's only semi and full auto. I might in the future see if I cannot get the body, the lower with the gearbox, to where it is the 2-round burst or the 3-round burst that the MP5 is famous for. The other thing I got to point out on this is the stock itself. I don't like this stock. I wish it was the classic style MP5 stock. Now that's not to say it's not a bad stock. Far from it. It actually is really good, very comfortable, very good. It does do very well on the shoulder. I do like the rubber pad, but at the same time, I'm a classic kind of guy. I love the classic MP5 stock. The big thing that you may have noticed, and probably are screaming in the comments section about, is the charging handle, or lack thereof. This is a SEMA OEM, so yeah, not VFC. Yeah. Just argue in the comments section, I don't care. The big thing, though, is that this is all polymer body. Not metal, as you would assume, outside of the iron sights being metal. But, again, yeah, it does not have the charging handle for the iconic HK slap. The charging handle on this is made out of pot metal. So that's a part I've got to replace, and I've got to repair. The other thing is that even if you were to pull the charging handle back, this does not move at all. The dust cover, this does not move at all. The other issue when I first played with this at TAC, the Tupelo Airsoft Club, was the owner even told me this, that the magazine catch has issues and will not catch. So I got a little curious and I looked, and the first thing I saw was that this screw was missing. So the reason that this was not catching was because the screw for the button that attaches to the magazine catch itself was not even attached at all. So every time you went to put a new magazine in, you had to physically push the catch in to keep the magazine in. I'm surprised the owner didn't see that, but I'm gonna not even try and, you know, all that. But is this fully licensed? It is Umarex USA. I am happy that I have 2 high caps for this, and they do have the 9x19 proof mark on there for the magazines. It does have the iconic 3-point sling, or at least, you know, the 3-point sling attachments for this, which would go to here, here, and here. The old stock, I don't think would have that, but I will say I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to make it the classic full-length stock for this, because as much as I do like the collapsible stock, I'd rather have the collapsible stock on the actual MP5, not the SD. The SD I will always remember for, well, okay, the collapsible stock, not this style collapsible stock, I'd rather go with the classic collapsible stock. That's the one I'd rather go with. I will always remember this one from Half-Life. Like, and yes, you will definitely try and tell me that it's not the SD, but if you actually look at the original Alpha build, they had the suppressor variant, the suppressor model, the SD model, and even the game model itself was still the SD model. If you looked at it, it was the suppressor. It didn't show the grenade launcher. It was the suppressor was the barrel. Even, you know what? I'll let you guys argue about it in the comments section about Half-Life's MP5 and what it gets wrong and what it gets right. But either way, though, like I said, basically, that's the fixes I have to do, is just the charging handle, getting a better charging handle, and probably getting a longer barrel, and probably fixing the suppressor here, as best as humanly possible, and of course getting another one of these right here to make sure that this is fully locked into place. The other thing is getting the claw mount for the optics rail here, and getting another optics mount for the front sight here, so that way I am able to have the selfie cam and the run cam work off of it. And ISIS has decided to join us for this video. Anyway, though, yeah, that's essentially what's going on for this MP5 and what I'm going to be doing to fix it up. Outside of that, though, I'm not going to be doing the review on it until I get the parts needed to fully fix this thing up. The other thing is, you probably asked where the hop-up is. It's this lever here. This lever is the hop-up, and I'm going to have to look up the manual to see exactly where I'm supposed to push it to make it work. Either way, though, the other thing that came from this trade was, in fact, an optic. An optic that I have been wanting for years since I started playing Airsoft. And one that I am very happy to say I finally have. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the ACOG. An honest-to-God ACOG. This thing does have magnification of 1 point something or another. I will say that I do have to sight this thing in. But the cool thing is just this right here. When light hits this, there is a reticle inside that lights up. I don't know if you can see this. I hope you can, because I don't know if I can get the camera to work with this. I don't know if you can see it, but yeah, no, I'm very happy with finally getting one of these things. I've always wanted an ACOG for either the M4 or the AK, well, not really the AK, mostly for the M4s. And I'm very happy to finally have one. I'm not going to paint this thing up. I will look at aftermarket parts for it to see if there's any other magnification for the back here, because I do see the 4 screws on this that I can pull this off, so I don't know if that's basically being able to allow me for extra magnification or anything. What I will say is that I'm happy. I finally got one, and I'm definitely going to use the hell out of it. And I'll finally be able to use my ACOG overlay for my zoom cam. Yay! Either way, though. Yeah, no, that's what's going on, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, and the only thing I have an issue is just the no screw caps, but Billy, I don't have an issue with that. So yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. That is what came in the trade. Those were the issues I have faced with these guns that I got in, and yeah, that's about it. Either way though, thank you all so very much for watching. As always, I've been AirsoftAL. If you want to help support the channel and help support me in building up some of these guns, or at least the MP5, and fixing it up so that way I'm able to review it, then consider donating to the PayPal down below. Or if y'all want to help and support me directly so I can get stuff from Amazon, then consider donating to my Amazon account via gift cards, which I now am able to do because a lot of you have actually already, or at least one person has already donated to the Amazon account via the gift card angle. If you want to be able to contact me to figure out how to do that, I'm in a Discord down below. And the pinned comment is, I'm in a Discord down below. And, yeah, that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. As always, I've been AirsoftAL, and comment on the comment section down below your trade stories and what guns you've traded and what cool things you've gotten out of trades. And I'll see you all in the next video. Till next time.